Sweet Baby Inc. has been making waves in the video game industry over the past few months as more and more games that they have affected have come out, but now we have a brand new interview with their CEO where she is offering developers advice on making truly diverse and inclusive narratives that better resonate with audiences. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So, of course, this is an article of a gamesindustry.biz article because I am not going to give them my clicks. It says 3 considerations for improving diverse game narratives and characters. Now, I always have to say this, but diversity and inclusivity in entertainment is not a bad thing. The problem that makes it bad are the companies and what they do, okay? All they focus on is the message, diversity and inclusivity, instead of other things that are extremely important, like very amazing storytelling or solid characters. All they do are focus on these checklist elements, and it does ruin lots of products. But it says in the past decade, video games have gotten visibly more diverse than titles with just straight white men as the player characters or on the box art. But more diverse looking games doesn't always mean the narratives have necessarily gotten richer or less problematic, especially when many major game studios still consist of predominantly white teams. Nothing is ever good enough for these individuals. They instantly start off this article with saying video games have gotten visibly more diverse. That should be a great stepping stone in their eyes, that the video game industry is, starting to become more inclusive in their opinions. But nope, instead, they instantly go to saying, but it's not good enough, but we need to do better. It says, founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a Montreal-based narrative development and consultation studio with credited projects including God of War Ragnarok, Goodbye Volcano High, as well as Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2. So they were founded in only 2018, meaning in just the past few years, in only 5 years, they have become so extremely influential in the gaming industry. It's insane to think about how quickly that happened. It says, while it can work with developers at any stage of a game's development process, its mission is to collaborate with devs to tell better and more inclusive stories where representation isn't just on the surface but integral with the design of a game and narrative. So the CEO has said, if a developer comes to us too late and goes, make this game non-problematic, there's almost nothing we can do about it. So she is saying that if you want our services, you have to come to us from the very beginning. So as the development cycle progresses, we can police you. We can tell you what to do, what not to do, and they can basically demand you go down this specific checklist and ultimately follow what they think is going to be best. I am just baffled by the fact that this is a company working on wokeifying games, and we are supposed to see this and accept this as normal. They are, at the end of the day, a sanitization company. They want to make sure developers have checklists and that every box gets checked. We have a person of color. We have 3 women. We have someone who's part of the LGBT. So you don't have too many straight characters or white characters. And so that your game can be as diverse and as inclusive as possible. This is a grift. At the end of the day, that is all that this is ever going to be to this CEO, Kim Blair, all of the people who work on these teams, because it is not a needed service. Like with feminist frequency, having a gamer hotline, okay? I, as an adult, I don't need to call up a gamer hotline in order to say somebody bullied me in an online game. I have a mute block a mute and a block button. I can ignore people if I want to, and then I have to never interact with them again. I mean, Feminist Frequency did the same freaking thing, the same grift. If you don't remember, Anita Sarkeesian had worked with companies, most notably like Naughty Dog on The Last of Us Part 2. She wasn't a sensitivity reader or developer. She didn't have an official position, but Neil Druckmann has said multiple times that he did take consultation from Anita Sarkeesian when they went into creating characters like Abby and, fleshing out Dina and Ellie's lesbian relationship. So people like her and people like this woman Kim Blair, they are only in it for the money because this is just their grift, okay? Companies should not, need individuals like this on their projects. The only thing employers need to be taught is just how to be nice and treat people fairly. That's it. Not to micromanage what people are creating. All you are going to do is push consumers away. And look at the list of things they've worked on. They all have these same running themes. God of War Ragnarok, which race swapped several characters. Goodbye Volcano High, a game where it is a romance sim where you're a dinosaur, but it is an extremely inclusive game. I don't even know if we can call it that. Then you have Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, all games that put things like the message front and center. She also said it's about creating space. It's about saying it is a value that we hold alongside any other technical aptitude. A company like this does not hold values. You are a company. At the end of the day, you just want to make money like everybody else on this planet. Stop trying to act like your virtues are so important to you. Like, my goodness, our values are just as important as the technical aptitudes. That is just not the case, and you might be able to fool a lot of other people and normalize things like this, like, oh, wokeifying games is normal, but it is never going to work with me. And they even say that representation isn't separate from design, but it most certainly is, because things like actual gameplay versus storytelling, while yes, they are all very integral parts to a video game and what makes it a full experience, they are very different at the end of the day. If you have a great story but garbage gameplay, it's not the same. No matter how much representation you put into a game, it is not going to save a truly terrible gameplay experience or a truly terrible story or awful characters. It is not going to save the product that you are trying to, put into this world. I have been following the Sweet Baby Inc. situation quite a lot over the past few months, and I do not see them slowing down anytime soon. Like I said, it is a giant grift to these people, and it is not going to change for the better. They are not just going to magically disappear anytime soon. All we can do is say that we do not like the products that they are making. All we can do is not monetarily support the products that they are affecting and that they are consulting on. But it is hilarious to see this CEO offered developers advice on making truly diverse and inclusive narratives they claim that will better resonate with audiences, when all they are doing is creating, these narratives and these products that real audiences don't actually want and don't actually care about. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.